Hi, welcome to Nushijan Ashpazkhone. Today we are making Khoresht Fesenjun in honor of Maria and Michael. All my American friends that I have loves this khoresht. It's really delicious, and it's very easy to make. It's just like takes a little bit time to make it. It's a special khoresht that we make in like special occasion, and it's very delicious when all the ingredients mix together. If you guys are ready, let's go start it. Okay, we are making the Fesenjoon today, and at the beginning we're gonna put our 2 pounds of walnut. This is the walnut. Let me see if it's enough, yeah. And then we're gonna add a little bit of water over it, that way they chop better. And then we're gonna pause them. Check them out to see the size that you want. Some people they want it finer, some people they like a little bit more crunchier. I'm gonna add a little bit more water into it to make it a little bit finer. And then let's put all this on the side. That's exactly the size that you want it to be. Now we get our pot that you want to cook into it, and let me see if I can get these out. I'm gonna get all my water in there to make sure everything is out, and make sure the water is like completely on top of all your walnuts. It's better to have more water in it than less, because you're gonna simmer it anyway. The water is gonna evaporate. Like, see, the consistency should be like this. Now this has to be simmered, and when you put it on the stove, put it in a high heat for like maybe 3 or 4 minutes till it starts boiling, and then put it on the lowest heat as possible and just let it simmer. My chicken is already been washed and ready. I'm gonna put those in the pot, and I'm using chicken breast, but if you want dark meat you can use dark meat, just take the bones out, but these are just easier to cook. And then I have 1 onion, which is we're gonna chop it in there, and then you add your advieh that you already made, pour it over, add your salt, and then you put the water. This was about 2 cups. Now if you want to have your chicken broth for your soup and your other stuff that you're going to use, you can add more water, but this is enough because my chicken was chicken tender and they're going to cook so fast. I don't need more than that, and I don't need any chicken broth because I already have so much in my freezer. But if you want to use the chicken broth, add like at least 1.5 more cup over it. That way you can reserve the chicken broth and you can freeze it for later on for soup or making rice or whatever you want. Okay, I have both of them on the stove on a high heat. I'm waiting for them to start boiling that I can make them low heat. The chicken we're cooking, we only need the chicken. We don't need anything else from this chicken for this meal. But if you want, you can reserve the chicken broth for another dish that you want to make. But right now we're going to only use the chicken after they start cooking. And we're waiting for both to come boil. That way I can lower them and put their lid on and let them cook. Okay, the chicken start boiling now. From the high heat, we're gonna put them in a medium to low, and you're gonna put the lid and let it cook. The walnuts start boiling. You make sure stay by the stove, because otherwise it's gonna be like all over your stove. And make sure you move it around to get it to the boil. When it starts boiling, that's where you need to put it on a very low heat and let it simmer for a couple of hours till all the oil comes out. We will show you like when it's ready. Now the walnuts start boiling. It's about time for you to put it on a low heat, and you can put the lid and just forget about it. Not forget about it, I'm just kidding, but you don't have to do anything else with it. This is gonna simmer probably, I'm gonna check on it like in like every 30 minutes, but that's gonna be at least simmer for like at least 2 hours if you want it to be delicious. Okay, when you put your chicken on the stove, and because these are chicken breasts and they were tenders, they're gonna be probably cooking about 15 to 20 minutes, but depends if what kind of chicken you use. If you're using chicken with the bones, it probably takes a little bit longer to cook. But I'm gonna check on them in probably 15 minutes. They will be ready for me to turn it off and let it cool down for when I need them to put them back to the walnut. If you have chicken in your freezer and you're using those, it's fine also. Just make sure they're defrost and no ice on them. That way they don't taste freezer burn on them. My chicken are cooked. Took only 20 minutes to be cooked, and I just left it to cool down a little bit. That way it's easier. And I'm just gonna cut them in smaller pieces. It's very easy. Just get them one by one. And I don't know if I said that, but Khoresht Fesenjan is a very special khoresht that we usually make it for special events. And it's not like every day, but if you feel like you want to eat it every day, it's fine too. But it's very delicious and doesn't have that much work. It's just like time. But otherwise, you put it on a stove and you let it cook by itself. I think it's been like about 1.5 hours since my walnut was cooking. Now it's the sauce or the paste or molasses, whatever. That's like the main ingredient. Pomegranate paste. I'm gonna get some more sauce because I think my chicken was a little bit more than what I was thinking, but the sauce needs to be a little bit more to make this darker. I just need to add a little bit more sauce into it, probably half of this. Okay, and we're gonna put all this together. That way all the flavor gets mixed together. This is gonna be all cooking again, like in a medium to low heat for another probably 20 minutes. Oh, and then like we eat all of our stew with rice pretty much, and we're making white rice for this one, and our white rice is steaming right now also, and I'm gonna put them both on the table that you guys can see. Okay, the Fesenjoon is ready. You see the oil from the walnuts coming out. It's so beautiful and smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. And the longer that it simmer, the more oil comes out and it makes it more delicious. But ours was like probably cook about 1.5 hours, and all total together probably like 2 hours with when we put back the chicken and the sauce in there. But it's almost ready. We're gonna put them and you guys can see the finish. Okay, as you see, it's ready. We already made it, and as Persian, we eat everything with the rice. The rice is ready. I have my salad. I know my kids are like dying to dig in it. Then let's nushija.